Hey, we're live, Brandon. That took forever.
I hear you in
Oh,
echo right now.
you hear me in echo. You're. Hmm.
Hold on. You know what it is? I figured it out. It was I had Discord running. No, it's fine, I believe.
Let me
Yeah, it's fine.
triple your volume. Talk now. There.
Hey, it's me. Yeah, I just had Discord still open, so I was hearing you on this and our Discord conversation.
All right. Oh man, it's been a technical challenge, folks. This whole night. So before we get started, I'm gonna do a little Crayola fun here. A little Crayola challenge. Apparently, it's going around the internet. Normally, don't do these sorts of things, but I haven't colored with Crayolas since I don't know.
For like 40 years.
I don't know, a long time. Anyway, so I've been using Restream, right, to to stream. And normally I use OBS before this, but Restream's been great on getting us out into multiple platforms. And I just been using the web app. So um I haven't streamed traditional drawing yet, right? Since we started doing this.
Right.
Is that Blockbuster video? Yes, Raven, it is. So um apparently Restream doesn't let you use two cameras at the same time. But Rob, you have two cameras. How did you do it?
How did you
How did
do
you
it?
do it? How did I do it? Well, I still have OBS with this drawing camera,
Hmm.
right? So, so what I did was this is OBS you see here. That's why you see that gray border,
Oh yeah,
and
with
I
the little
full
red.
screened it. Yeah, and I just shared the OBS screen because I have no other solution for this. I have to talk to these folks, so whatever. All right, we are going to attempt to color with some Crayolas. If it sucks, we'll throw it away. Let's just
There you
not
go.
stress about it. You know, but I bought a box of 64, which is the 64 colors I had when I was a kid.
Uh
Right? And then I organized the colors like I used to when I was a kid.
huh.
Kids in school used to go, "How'd you get all those organized?" I'm like, how the colors come in order?" I'm like, "They don't. You take them out and arrange them, morons." Like, just take all the colors out and arrange them like a rainbow.
Sounds about right.
Figure this would be a fun warm up before I do the color pencils. Yeah, why not?
Yeah, when you asked me if I wanted to stay up for streaming earlier, I didn't. I did not expect it to be for crayon art. Crayon? You say crayon or crayon?
These are Crayolas.
Yeah, but do you say crayon or crayon?
Oh, I say crayon.
I think I say crayon.
There's a Y in there.
I don't know.
Crayon is cranberry sauce. Crayon.
I don't know which way I say it now because I just said it two different ways and I don't remember.
Give me 1 sec. I need to adjust my. I have another window open with Jazzy Jeff, and he's a little too fucking loud. I appreciate jazz, but it's a little much. So we'll maximize this and go for this backward ass way of working.
Let me just adjust my background to a blockbuster scenario. I got nothing. I got nothing cool. I just got.
I know.
I mean, I got.
I know you
Let
do.
me see my finger here. I got your art right here. I got your watercolor Iron Man, and below here I have the Kevin Eastman print. It's not as cool as getting a check from him like you have, but I have a signed print with my name on it and a little head sketch, which, you know, whatever. And then there's more of Rob's art right there. That's about it.
There's this whole news story going around about IDW possibly losing the Transformers license to Skybound.
Hmm.
Skybound is Robert Kirkman's
Yeah.
company, right?
Right.
And one of the sites was that the what was that?
Hmm?
Something that's usually the sound of something closing.
Was it my keyboard
Oh, we're
clicking?
still. I don't know. So, um, I don't know, man. Anyway, in one of the site, the story thing was that the Transformers or storylines are there's too many characters and no one can follow what's going along. And I'm like, that's why I turned down drawing a Star Wars series. There's too many fucking robots. Like, bro, like they expect you to draw like hundreds of robots per page and shit, like dozens of them at least.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, I just want to draw like a couple big robots on a page. You know? And so when they were like, I was offered a Warblade, or was it Warblade? It's the geisha looking fucking
Yeah.
Transformer. She's super dope, dude. But like, I was like, I mean, I did those covers and I was like, I don't want to do this. This is not, they're going to want tons of fucking,
Oh yeah.
this is not what I want to spend my life fucking doing. So, and now artists have retweeted, they're fucking super great artists on the books. And they're like, man, if people wanted, if we knew people wanted less robots, we wouldn't have spent all this fucking time drawing all this shit,
Yeah.
you know?
This is a reminder.
Yeah.
Very
A
sad.
reminder.
I really wish it would stop fucking telling me that. I've turned those reminders off. Difference between confident and unconfident shapes. Can you give me I don't have confidence. What's an unconfident shape, Brandon?
My art. My art.
Did I say confident and unconfident shapes? Is this something I said?
No.
I've talked about art confidence. Like when I watch Brandon draw and he looks
Like a deer in
horrified
headlights.
or uncertain. Yeah, deer in headlights while you draw. That usually comes from not understanding like basic fundamentals, like
Mhm.
when you're just kind of like, I'll just keep drawing cool shit and hopefully one day I'll always draw cool shit. Like if
Yeah. Yeah.
you're like, I'll draw cool Batmans all the fucking time. And that means one day I'll be the best Batman artist. It's like, or, you learn perspective, construction, gesturals, you
Psh,
know,
psh, psh. Nope.
and you apply all that boring shit. I don't fully understand what a confident shape is. I don't get too artsy with stuff though. Like I know some people they get all into like rule of thirds. I'm like rule of thirds don't mean shit in the '70s. Go look at all their fucking compositions.
Right.
What was the rule of thirds on half the fucking on the Grateful Dead posters? Just curious. How does tie dye apply to rule of thirds? So like I don't know. You know.
Well, you're a lot of help, Rob.
I think I'm a lot of help when I tell you I don't know what you're talking about. Please elaborate so I can, because I don't know. I've seen some articles. You have to come for the line. You just doom their perfect line. I'm like, yeah, that's true. Except, you know, like what? Maybe you don't like drawing that way. Don't stress about it.
All my lines are confident. Confidently bad.
I don't think so. I just think that every time you've asked me for help, what have I always done? Where's your lighting source coming from? What is the surface? What is the shape? It's never been like, here's this trick, and if you move it around and you do this thing, then you get the, you know?
Right.
Like it's always very logical, fundamentals based approach. Like that's all there is, really. There is room for genius. Like don't even there are artists who are fucking legitimately always going to be better. Like they're just going to have a certain level of genius to their work. You know, not to
Mm.
say they aren't working hard. Just
Right.
some people just have better. That's what that's why the way they invented the word talent. Some people do have
Mm-hmm.
more talent. Others can fucking. There is a trade to it, so you can actually improve. You know, so it's a little of both, really. But when I think of the word confidence, this describes. Oh, thanks, Bebo. When I think of the word confidence, then I'm just thinking like confidence. That means you don't know what you're doing. Like you just put a lot of stuff down on the page, hoping great art magically appears from that. And you know that might happen sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
That usually happens when you're younger, right? You're like, I had a really great drawing, and then a lot of shitty ones. But it's not reproducible when like I always say like when I had to go to an art department and like actually produce art every day, clock in, clock out by lunch. Brandon experienced a little bit of that. It's a different feeling, right, Brandon?
It was hell.
But I think it's an experience every artist should have, and they're becoming almost impossible. Those type of experiences to have the way art
Oh
is
yeah.
set up. So, but I definitely think like if you really want to know what you're capable of doing, be held accountable like every 3 or 4 hours a day by someone other than you. Demanding you make things you'd rather not make. And then you have to find ways of like getting through all that.
Well said.
Excuse me. Excuses are illegal when people see these. Excuses are illegal when people see these.
No idea.
Interesting. I'm uncertain.
I don't know what it means.
Like, there's no excuse for not trying that someone else has. I mean, there's truth to that. I'm not going to say there isn't. I think people try a lot, but I think they try at what they're comfortable doing. I know I did when I was younger. It was like, oh, I draw in hair, so I'm drawing Ninja Turtles, Spider Man. Later Spawn, right?
Right.
No hair. Then I was like, at some point, Rob, you're gonna have to draw hair. What is hair? I used to think of hair. I knew when I saw people draw hair poorly. I knew when I saw people draw hair poorly, I didn't want to draw that. And what I meant by poorly was when people would draw hair and it would be like little strands, like
Mm-hmm.
just strands. Like that wasn't my thing. I was like, I don't think that looks anything like hair. So it wasn't until I started like really looking at, of all things, games like Darkstalkers, where I saw hair was like a shape. It was
Mm-hmm.
moving like a shape, you know. And I started thinking of hair as a shape and not as a bunch of little strands. And then hair got real fun to draw. So again, that's a mental shift, right? Like thinking about it differently. Nothing changed. My ability to draw skill level didn't change, but thinking about it differently changed the way I drew.
So you're saying if I just think I'm a good artist, I'll be a good artist, right?
No, that's manifesting. What I said was you need to think differently about your approach. Your current approach is not getting you to the results you want. It's probably not your inability to do something. It's probably your inability to think about the right way, the way in which you need to go about. Your current way of thinking is probably more instinctual, and your instincts are wrong.
Yes.
I don't like those when people are like, trust your instincts. I'm like, my instincts is to eat powder donuts and play Dragon Quest all day. Let's be honest. And honestly, these days also, watching reruns of Monday Night Raw from 1993 to 1997. So, like, that's my instincts.
You do love your wrestling.
I do love my 1992 to 1998 WWF. Which people have said is the worst of all the eras, but I'm like, great, so I can watch it in peace. I don't have anyone sitting around hogging the fucking screen time. Perfect. Fuck off. I love it. It just reminds me of my teenage years where I was like drawing and playing Donkey Kong Country. Yeah, happy times before the fucking nightmare scenario we all live in every day. If I go outside and breathe, I might die a horrible death. Hellscape that we currently live in.
Yes.
I like how chill the stream is. It's relaxing. I don't want to travel. Well, it's mostly chill. Although I do get on a rant from time to time.
Oh yeah, you do. I mean,
It is
what?
mostly chill
No.
though. No, it is mostly chill though, Brandon. I know you don't think so, but it really is. There's a lot of me just sitting here not talking.
That's why I'm here, right? I don't know what I bring to
Is
the
it?
table. I don't know. I don't know what I bring to the table anymore.
No, you're supposed to be bringing thumbnails and shit, but you keep sidestepping it.
Yeah. We got to go over it.
So go over. They're in there. They're in the live section. You'll see the ones that need thumbnails or the ones that don't have them. They're all live.
Then.
Put some effort into it. Make them look good. Like, pretend you were doing it, for someone at a gym where you want to make money.
No,
Instead of just putting up some random fucking image and being like, what?
maybe. I will get 3 done tomorrow for you. That's a good number, right? 3. It's like that's a doable. It's like, yeah, 3.
Wax, man. Like, I'll be like, can you do some amazing stuff with Crayolas? I'm like, I don't know, but it's wax. It's never fun. You know?
Yeah. I mean, you're not doing bad. I mean, you could be doing better.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm. I can talk shit because I don't have to show my art right now. So that's the thing. It's like, let's see what Brandon's working on. Nope. Big nope. Hard pass. I'm giving it the Crayola Struzan vibe right now.
Bro, this is how I've always colored. This is not like, when everyone's like, you make things blend. I'm like, I don't. I'm like, I've never pulled out a blender. I just like all the little lines and scribbles. I'm like, see, it's funner if you just scribble all the fucking color in. And I can control the lightness. I'm not like, I don't get that.
I would press so hard I'd break the crayon. Did you see Morbius was delayed again?
COVID, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not watching it anyway, so don't really care. But
Right. Hopefully Batman. I bet you Batman's gonna get delayed again. Even more so.
they're trying so hard not to. I bet. You know.
Yeah. But it will be. Someone photoshopped Ned from Spider-Man in a red sweater with just the cape, and it says Dr. Ned. And he's just standing there staring into the upside down world. Dr. Ned. I like that. Yeah, it's
Dude in a chair to dude in a cape.
yeah. I'm really Batman's gonna get pushed back again and again. And I'm not saying it shouldn't, It's just gonna suck.
Like I'm like trying to blow away some of this stuff, and I'm like, it's fucking wax. It's not gonna.
Like you're
It's
using
like
colored
the
pencils again.
cheapest. Yeah, it's like the cheapest fucking wax there is. Like, what are you gonna? It's just gonna be part of that drawing until I walk over and smear it.
Just keep it chill, Rob. Keep it chill.
Keep it. Dudes on the Star Wars cast call me an a-hole
Like the people
because I
on
gave
the
Boba
cast
Fett
or people?
uh, in the comments
Uh,
because I gave Boba Fett a 3 out of 5 stars. So I told the story. I said, the second most hate ever got on the internet was the time I talked about BVS and I gave it 3 out of 5. You would have thought, you know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
And I thought I was being generous because I wanted to give it a fucking 2. Now I think it has a 4 out of 5 opening, and the rest of the movie's 1.5 out of fucking whatever stars. I mean, they literally drink piss in that movie, so I don't know. Like, I'm not too fucking like keen on it
Isn't that what they do in Dune?
the whole time. I didn't even finish Dune, so if you want to know where I am on that film, it's like I'm bored.
Do you need me to read the comments to you, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Dude, as someone who likes traditional art, that way you color is so awesome, said
Oh,
Carlos.
thanks, Carlos. Carlos?
Mm-hmm.
Carlos. Thanks, Carlos. I mean, it's Crayola, so like layering is a little bit of a challenge. But always go lighter, like and you can go darker as you go. Start light and go dark. Like some people don't respond to that though. They really respond to like more like the oils or something where you're dark and you kind of paint in highlight,
Hmm.
right?
Right.
Use a lighter color to burnish a little bit and blend, which is what I'm doing here. This is how I learned color blending was with Crayolas. I learned, or I want to say I figured it out like around the first grade
Hmm.
that I can use a lighter color like yellow to blend between a green or something and get a nice, more colorful green.
I look forward to whatever grade I'm in when I learn how to color better.
It's the one thing, man, I got real lucky with. Was like they said I didn't have to. The problem was my teachers hated that I spent all my time like coloring color pencil Batmans or Ninja Turtles. Do some real stuff. Here's an orange. I was fine with, but just wasn't interested. Like if it were like a statue of like the thing, I would have been more interested in it.
Hmm. You got to color the whole piece or just areas?
What's the difference between
Meant like
areas?
I meant like, is this like just a test and you're just seeing it, or you're doing
No,
full
I'm just gonna come
on?
color the whole piece. Unless I hate it, then I'll scrap it and go on.
Listen, all right,
I'm
listen.
not doing all these in
It's
color pencil. I
it's
decided I'd try
it's
one.
one it's 1:30. I took my medicine at like 9. This is the best you're getting out of me. All right, this is you're wanting riveting conversation. It ain't happening. You're getting you're getting slightly decent questions, and that's it. That's all you're getting.
Just coloring areas. Yeah, I'm coloring areas. Okay.
Can you color this right here on the screen? Can you color this?
I
Let's
can.
make me look pretty.
Well,
Yeah, you could try.
I'm gonna have to shift a mental state to get there.
Fair enough.
It's definitely a mental shift on my part. Same techniques, different thought process.
You're still
You're like, it's enough
Benny.
laughing. It's enough laughing, Rob.
Eh. Hmm. But if you could just hurry it up so I can go to bed, that'd be great.
Stay up late, man. You're an adult now. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah,
When
I
you were
just
a
had.
kid, you were trying to never go to sleep. Now you're like, oh,
Yeah, I gotta be up and somewhere by 10. So,
what? Got to work,
uh,
responsibilities.
no, I don't do that till the nighttime. Gotta get my fun shot, my funsies shot,
Uh,
my meds, the good stuff. Crack cocaine. No,
I understand. I don't, but sure.
eh,
They call this color macaroni and cheese. Dicks.
seriously?
Yeah, because Crayola they just make up a million different colors. Like they just that's what they do. So it's always like it's complicated. It's like, all right, guys, like it's funny, but when I was a kid, I was like trying to keep track of colors, and they would always change. So I'd have to do like a Crayola test. I'd do, this is the coloring is the one thing where I was like, I got a little bit of talent for this, but then I was like, I'm gonna spend my time learning how to draw because that's where the real fame is.
Right?
Probably should have focused on painting, to be honest with you. But
Probably.
I didn't have no one. My teachers didn't know how to paint very well. And they did their own things, but they weren't. I didn't have a mentor, nor access to paints, pencils. My dad would get me pens, crayons, color pencils. Eventually, no, I got color pencils from school. My art teacher saw what I could do with them, and she gave me an expensive set of Prismacolors. It's the only time an art teacher ever recognized talent and like gave me something. Like here, you're better off owning these. And I didn't even do it till like 2 years in. I was in art for 4 years and art in high school. In the third year in, my junior year is when I started, showing them color pencils. And she's like, "When'd you learn now?" I'm like, I guess the whole time I've been doing. I just been trying to draw. Like, I want to draw
Right.
comics. Honestly, it was actually my senior year, and it wasn't even my junior year now. Because I remember the only reason was we had to do it was called portfolio class for art,
Mm-hmm.
and you had to like have a subject matter, and it had to be full color. Like, you gotta go full color. I'm like, well, um, I guess I like pumpkins. It's Halloweenish when I was like, I like pumpkins. I could draw pumpkins. And so I started doing some color pencil pumpkins, and she was like,
You
"Hey,
do like pumpkins, oddly.
they do."
You, yeah, you really
Not
do.
much has changed. Not much has changed.
That's why you were David Pumpkin for Halloween.
Oh, thanks, Alejandro. Um, I got a few of these Harlequins to do in color pencil. I'm gonna do four of them, so don't worry if like it'll definitely look better when I get to that. But Mark Brooks, one of them cats, is out there doing the Crayola challenge. I'm like, well, it's a $10 experiment. Why not? I normally don't do any of these challenges,
Right.
as Brandon knows. They're not my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, I thought coloring with some Crayolas would be kind of fun.
Well, I mean the Black Cat one went over so well.
I totally forgot about that. You know,
Yeah,
if I thought about it, I never would be doing this.
yeah. I didn't want to say anything earlier, so I was like, all right, well,
I do,
that's
Brandon. You know, I really do put failure out of my mind.
well,
You
that's why
know,
I'm here to bring it back.
yeah. And then you show up and you're like, failures arrived.
Yeah, there it is, right here, looking right at you.
Pro athlete failure, right, Brandon?
Mm-hmm.
Next time you lose, you can take your shirt off, run off.
All right.
People are like, it's because of his head injury. I'm like, sure, that's it. All right, well then don't let him drive. You know,
Good old AB.
he needs help, no doubt. But I can't get people to take a shot, so I don't know how he's supposed to get help.
Well, he also had a fake vaccination card, so I don't feel too bad.
Right. So, no. Not as much. He's got access and resources and people who care. Like, you'll be fine.
He's doing fine.
He'll be on Big Brother in 6 months.
Oh, that's not good. Something bit my arm. Ouch.
Yeah, that's the problem with wax. It just sort of clumps up.
Did yours come with a sharpener in the back?
In the back, yeah. But if you rotate the pencil, a lot of times you don't need to. I mean, I'm getting so little like difference here. It's
Yeah.
largely irrelevant. With a polychromos, then yeah, sharpening will make a difference. But here, I don't think so.
Come on, if Mark Brooks can do it, you can do it.
Sure.
It's weird he did this challenge because he's not one to switch up his styles.
I'm not picking a fight with him, dude. You enjoy your own fucking shit talking. It's an argument I don't want
No,
any
I
part
mean
of.
the sad part is both styles are still better than my one style. So you know,
I prefer his older work, but
like
that's
2003.
just the way to. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
prefer that. But
yeah, me too.
he has been like, he has addressed it, and he doesn't want to do it anymore. So there you go. It's harder, I think. That shape design, it's harder, it takes longer. When you're using references, things just get done faster. I don't fault him for it. He's been financially far more successful at this current run than he was back in 2003 or four. So
Oh yeah,
you for me as a fan, it's not my cup of tea, but it happens. I got some fans who are like, "When are you gonna do more of that other stuff?" And I'm like, "Probably never." They go somewhere else. So I've been there. Yeah, at some point it just smears. Like, there's no way it will, any more of it will stick. The only way it'll stick is if you add some gesso spray.
for the Crayola.
Yeah, because what happens is the wax builds up, and so it's just smearing. So you need to add more texture. The only way to get texture is to add clear gesso, which when it dries will add a toothy texture.
Damn, I don't know what bit me, but there's like a giant, not giant, but a pretty big swollen square on my arm.
Having issues.
The issue is refraining from scratching it.
You had the eye issue.
Yeah, that sucked. That really sucked. I've never had that before. I had a sty underneath my eyelid on my left eye. I was freaking out. Like, it's still irritating the shit out of me, but it's not as bad as it was 2 days ago. Like,
They go
that, sh-
away.
that shit hurt. And I wasn't about to go to the urgent care to get medicine. I was like, no, I'm going to ride this out the next couple days. I'll live.
'Cause that's where you'll get the COVID.
Hmm. So I was like, nope,
The viral load's got to be nuts in there right now.
I'll stay home. What would you rather do, Rob? Sit in a room and listen to someone talk about cryptocurrency for 12 hours or have to sit in the urgent care for 30 minutes in the waiting room?
Well, I don't know, Brandon. They both are gonna have viral load. You think the crypto guy is vaccinated?
No.
So I'll take the less time.
There you go.
You know, all things considered.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get this to come off.
Having fun with this challenge?
It's a lot like drawing with Prismacolor pencils. Like just fucking waxy bullshit buildup. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the whole let me limit your ability to do something and see how well you do. It's like, all right, I'll just not draw.
All right.
That's the perfect way to limit my ability. Like, I just won't draw. I'll go spend time with my dog and watch fucking wrestling. You know, you win. I love Jazzy Jeff, man. He does all these streaming DJ parties on his site. It's worth the money. My wife finally was like, oh, because everyone can like link their camera, and he just cuts to everyone dancing in their rooms.
Oh,
He's like, you
nice.
don't have to wear your mask in your own house. Like, yeah, dude, he does costume contests. He gave away third prize $200, first place fucking $500. You know,
Oh, wow.
and none with a knife won third place. It's just a nun with a knife. Dude, it's the Mag Mob VIP, dude. Mag Mob. Like I fucking love it's fun, man. So I'm just trying to keep people safe. You got the first wave of COVID when it first hit.
Oh,
You
bummer.
know, they didn't know it was out there, kind of shit. You know,
Yeah.
because he was touring, and so he was like, "You don't want this shit. Everyone stay home." And when in July, when things were at their lowest, you know, like he went out, you know, did some shows. He was just like, "People ain't wearing masks. I don't feel comfortable." Yeah, it's like, you know, like how do you get pigment into? Like, you're just like, I want to put some pigment in there, and it's just like the best you can do is burnish with a lighter saturated color. But the problem with burnishing with Crayolas is they just tend to chunk up on the page. I've always done like the same colors at the same time. So like if I'm gonna do like the red, I'll just get all the red done at one shot, kind of shit.
Right.
Like it seems like a little thing, but some people don't. They like they jump around. I'm like, don't. Really press here to get some color in. You can't do this with multiple shades. So once you do it, you make sure it's the color you really want dominant, because you can't mix. Do it right at the very end so you don't kill your fucking knuckles.
You've been going 50 minutes and that's all you got done, Rob? Come on. You just speed it up, sir.
Nothing fast about color pencils and crayons, bro. That's why people started using Copics.
Right. Just cell shade this shit. Just orange, red, gray, black. If you need me to explain color to you and color theory, I can. I'm pretty much a pro at this point.
You got the matrix filter on in your house, huh?
You like that? No, it's I know, right?
Tell me about the matrix.
The newest one or the older ones? Because I can't tell you what the new one's
I was
about.
explaining on the cast today that look, I'm gonna be honest with you. The fight choreography in Cobra Kai is better than the Matrix Resurrections.
Oh yeah.
just,
Oh
just letting
yeah.
you know.
The fighting in the new Matrix is like it's very stiff. There's no it's not fluid at all. But yeah, the Cobra Kai fighting, like it really looks like those kids are beating the shit out of each other. I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't accidentally hit each other a shit ton in that show. Like actually, try to hold their kicks and punches, but end up just roundhousing each other. Oh, funny thing, how I told you about volleyball today? The guy that I blocked so hard that he fell on his ass looked like is it Johnny LaRusso? Is that his name, the blonde?
No, Johnny Lawrence.
Oh, okay, Johnny Lawrence,
Daniel
yeah.
LaRusso's.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Johnny Lawrence, because that's what my buddy said. He goes, "Hey," he's like, "You put Johnny Lawrence on his ass." I was like, "Is that the blonde one?" He's like, "Yeah," because the guy was blonde with a black headband. And he's like, "You should have swept the leg." But yeah, that's what he called him, Johnny Lawrence. But he did look like him, like a younger, like a 25-year-old version of him. However old they were, probably in the first one, the first movie.
16.
Oh, nice.
They were really young. They weren't that old.
We tried watching this. You ever seen the trailers for the show called Nas for Ought To with Zachary Quinto? The guy who plays Spock.
No.
Well, the way they sold this show was kind of like he's Santa Claus, but Santa Claus is a vampire and he feeds off kids' souls, right? And we're like,
It's
and the
actually basically what Nicholas is like, the German version of Santa Claus.
right, yeah, pretty much. So it was like that's what we
Mm.
thought we were gonna, watch, and we were like 2 episodes in, we're like, this show sucks. So we just ended up watching the last 2 episodes. So we watched the first 2 episodes of the first season, and then the very last 2 episodes of the second season. It didn't get any better at all. Zachary, great actor, he's good in it as a villain, but the main chick was horrible. Like she's supposed to be 18 in the first season, and she was 29. I looked it up. She's 29. She don't look 18. The mom, who's supposed to be like
Yeah,
40,
I think I'm done
look.
with these crayons, dude. Like this was fun, but
You
this
giving
is a
up?
nightmare.
Cashing out?
Yeah, I'm giving up. Yeah, I'm cashing it. I'm not having fun. You
It,
know,
it doesn't look
I don't
fun
like
at
fighting
all.
my tools. Like I know people are like, oh, look what I can do. I'm like, great, use shit tool. I don't, you know, like I'm not having fun. So it's a giant clump at this point. It's like this is why I fucking don't use this shit. I'll donate it to the kids. There's an art thing near here. I'll donate to. But yeah. Give me a second, folks. I'm gonna restart the stream in a little bit.
I'm
We're
gonna go
gonna
to
do this
bed.
with color pencil. Yeah, Brandon's gonna. You can wait to go to bed. You can hang on.
Okay, I
But
shall wait.
yeah. So I tried it. I don't enjoy any of this. This is why I don't like using wax based fucking shit for color. Like there's a reason for it. It's one of the reasons why I hated Prismacolors. Like I stopped using color pencil literally in the year 1999 because it killed my knuckles. I didn't like working with it, and it wasn't until 2012 or 13 or so when I realized they made an oil-based one called polychromos. You know, like, and so then it was like my techniques were fine, but you're fighting the tools. You know, so it's like once I started using those, I'm like, hey, look, now I don't have to fight the fucking tools anymore. Yay. You
Right.
know, I can just do what I like to do. I know the way Struzan got around it was he uses a lot of clear gesso. So it will when you spray clear gesso and it dries, uh, it adds a surface grit. So you can build that up, and it'll pick up wax. He doesn't use Crayolas; he uses Prismacolors. But he's also drawing at a giant scale, so like those colors blend better at
Yeah.
a bigger scale too. So let me ask this: what are good books for perspective? Scott Robertson's book on perspective. What books for flow and posture or some anatomy? Vilpue, Vilpuu. It's based on gestural drawing. Vilpue, Vilppu or Puu.
Pew 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 pew
It's
pew.
probably Vilppu. Scott Robertson and Vilpue. There, I answered it. All right, I'll be back on in a few minutes, folks. I'm gonna print out another copy, and we're gonna do some real fucking color pencil. It doesn't get wax all over my fucking hands. Fun experiment, but sometimes they don't work. So, all right, peace.